Hi, I'm Melissa Gray, a concerned Planned Parenthood representative. I'm sending this video in as a plea to Congress to standardize sexual health education in high schools across the country in order to decrease the teenage pregnancy rates and sexually transmitted infection rates in our country. I believe that this is a preventative health measure that would save our government lots of money. Right now, there are two types of sex education taught in the United States: abstinence only and comprehensive sex education. Abstinence-only sex education only requires teachers to teach students that the only way to 100% avoid becoming pregnant or getting a sexually transmitted infection is to not have sex. While this is true, it is not practical to assume every young person in the United States will not have sex. This brings us to the other option, comprehensive sex education. Comprehensive sex education is medically accurate, evidence-based, and age-appropriate education that provides young people with positive messages about sex and sexuality as a natural, normal, healthy part of life. It emphasizes abstinence as the only way, or the best way, to avoid sexually transmitted infections and unwanted pregnancies, but it also provides alternatives like the use of contraception to reduce the risk of infection and birth control to prevent unplanned pregnancies. These help develop relationship and communication skills to help youth explore their own values, goals, and options. They also emphasize on human right values of all individuals, including gender equality, gender identity, and sexual diversity. It also includes differences in sexual development. In addition, sex education varies across the states, but many states do not include sex education that is inclusive to the LGBTQ+ community. This leaves queer students uneducated about basic anatomy, relationship skills, safe sex practices, gender identity, and more. For a community that is already at risk for discrimination and bullying, not receiving proper sex education leaves them at a disadvantage for a happy, healthy life. Although practicing abstinence is the only way to avoid unwanted pregnancies, it is not fair to teach children that their natural instincts or tendencies are wrong. In addition, school is the only place that some people get information about sex. Some people's parents feel uncomfortable talking to them about it, or they come from very religious backgrounds, but sex education is where a lot of children learn the tools to live safe, healthy lives. Without this in school, these children don't know how to stay healthy and practice unrisky sexual behaviors. Leaving children without the knowledge they need to have educated decisions about sex leaves them with risky behaviors. This shows in many studies. Children have underdeveloped and immature genital tissues, which causes children under 19 to have a higher risk for STIs and STDs than adults. Out of 19 million cases, young adults and children under 25 years of age in the United States makes up 50% of diagnosed sexually transmitted infection cases annually. STIs, including HPV, cost the U.S. over $115 billion annually. 1 in 13 high school-aged children will become pregnant each year. Children of adolescent mothers have serious risks, including premature birth, poor health, poor education, higher risk for running away from home, and are more likely to be abused, neglected, or without a father. All of these factors contribute to things that, in the end, comes down to added health care costs for the United States each year. However, I believe that implementing comprehensive sex education will drive these costs down for the United States, and I believe that it will also cause our youth to make more educated health decisions. So I am asking Congress to implement this into the education of schools across the state.